Hey, what's going on, everybody? This your boy James from What's Your Forte, and as y'all can see right behind me right here, we got this beautiful M2 today, M2 comp that I'm going to be reviewing with my buddy Jason. This is his car. I'll be dropping his Instagram handle right up here so you guys can check it out. Some more information and more photos right there. But yeah, man, so we can go ahead and get into this review. Let's get it. All right, everyone, so this is Jason and his beautiful M2 comp. All right, Jason, so we're looking at the car right now. What exactly is done to the exterior? Because we all see a lot of carbon going on right here.
So well, we got I've got carbon all the way around on the bottom. I've got this M2 Signature Series side skirts from AA Concept, a 3-piece rear diffuser and front splitter from One Performance. The car is lowered on H&R springs. I've got the M Performance carbon tips in the back. We've got the carbon trunk spoiler CS style from Auto Technic. That's really kind of it for the exterior.
All right, Jason, now are those the stock wheels that came on the M2? Now, so they look very nice. So are those like the stock M wheels?
Yeah, these are the stock wheels that come on the M2 comp. They look great, pain to keep clean.
I bet you all those spokes probably bust your knuckles a lot trying to keep those clean.
Yeah, more blood than there is glory.
All right, and what year is this M2?
This is a 2020 M2 comp. Yep.
And this is what, Long Beach Blue?
Long Beach Blue.
Long Beach Blue. Man, this thing is nice, man. This color, so a little backstory. So when I met Jason at one of the car shows here in Charlotte, and it was just, I saw the car, and I was like, everybody was like, what color is that? What color is that? And he just comes out of blue like a ninja. Oh, that's Long Beach Blue. And I was just like, oh, you must be the owner of the car. And then after that, man, the rest was history. So, man, very clean. And this was at night, and I could tell how clean the car was. So I was like, oh, yeah, definitely. This is a car, this is a one-of-a-kind type of car, man. He definitely put quality parts on it, and you could tell he took care of it. So, all right, Jason, so now we went over all the aesthetics and all the carbon you added on the car. So now let's talk about performance. What kind of performance you got on this M2 competition?
Yeah, so we started out, I started out with the VRSF catless downpipes. Those are the ceramic coated ones, as well as a Boot Mod Stage 2 93 octane OTS map. From there, I've got a CTS intake system. I've got the CTS charge pipes and J pipe, and then all that is mounted with the, just got the new Axleback Active Auto Works box exhaust system for the car.
All right, everyone, so as you can see underneath the hood here, this is the same engine that's in my M4, and you see he's got the CTS turbo intake, same intake that I had there. So same engine, kind of the same platform as far as engine and all that's concerned, man, but this thing is a lot lighter, makes this car a lot quicker than a lot of the M3s and M4s, man. So as you already heard the mods he's got going on with this thing, it is nasty. All right, everyone, so now we're gonna go ahead and hear what this Active Auto Works exhaust sounds like on this M2 competition. Jason, you can go ahead and hit it. Oh yeah, that thing sounds mean. All right, y'all, so y'all heard about all the aesthetics on the M2 comp. Y'all heard about the performance mods that's on it. So now we're gonna do the third part of the review, which is always gonna be the drive. So we're gonna drive around the car. I'm gonna give y'all my raw pure impressions of the M2 Comp. Now, I did drive an M2 Comp long ago. It was a stock one when they first came out. I went to one of the drive events at BMW Hendrick, but I've never ridden in an M2 Comp, especially one like this that's been tuned, got some stuff done to it. So let's go ahead and get to the driving portion of the review. All right, guys, so now we're taking off in the M2 Comp, and man, I would say the inside of this thing very reminiscent of my M4, with minus some. There's a couple of differences there, but very reminiscent of my M4. BMWs during all the F series BMWs, they kept them looking kind of the same. So when you get into one versus the other, they're kind of gonna look the same. So you're gonna feel at home. You're not gonna feel displaced at all. So man, I would say this gauge. I want y'all to check out this gauge, man. This gauge definitely looks a lot different from my gauge. Yeah, this gauge definitely looks a lot different from my gauge. It looks a lot more digital, a lot more updated than the one that's in my car. All right, guys, so I fit in the M2 Comp pretty comfortably. I mean, I have a lot of room. I mean, we're not even touching the elbows. I mean, so there's a lot. There's pretty good room in here. It's kind of like a not as long M4. That's what it feels like to me. So I mean, definitely makes it so anyone can definitely drive these cars and enjoy them if that's what you want to do. So Jason, what made you get the M2 competition? What made you pull the trigger on this car versus, you know, maybe getting like a G80? I mean, not a G80, but like maybe like an F80 M3 or M4 or something like that.
So I was in the market for a new car, for a new toy, and I've always been a JDM kind of guy, and I was looking at, you know, right-hand drive RX-7s, right-hand drive Supras. I was looking at the new Supra, and I came really close to buying a new Supra.
Okay.
But for me, for a weekend car, a car I'm not in all the time, I'm hardly ever in traffic, I wanted something personally that I could run through the gears. I wanted a manual car.
Okay.
And so that obviously marked the new Supra off the list.
Yep.
So I remember seeing some advertisements for this car a year or so before I bought this. It comes standard with the 6-speed manual. You know, the numbers look good, the car looked good. I'd never owned a European car before.
Gotcha.
But I got on the forums, I started doing research, YouTube videos, and it just really kind of seemed to be the car. So I found it. I found it online, and the car was actually used. I got it, again, like we said earlier, it's a 2020. I got it in March of 20. I had 2,400 miles on it, and I got it from a dealership down in Atlanta. Bought it sight unseen, and just drove down, picked it up, and I've loved it ever since.
Oh man, yeah, that's nice. Sight unseen is a little sketchy. Yeah. Did you get a pre-purchase inspection or anything like that?
No, I didn't. The car came with the certified BMW warranty and everything. So I felt comfortable with it. Especially, you know, only having 2,400 miles. The car came from Florida. I'm not sure where in Florida, but the guy who had it, I know he traded it in for a Porsche GT4.
Ooh, so, okay,
you know, yeah, car guy for sure.
Definitely changed it up with that. That's a little bit different of a beast,
yeah, compared
to this. Okay, yeah. So have you had a chance to get it dynoed or anything? Or do you plan to get it dynoed?
I did have it dynoed. Right, I mean, it was flashed and then boom on the dyno, the pull. It said for like 490 to the wheels. I think that's probably maybe a little low. I don't know if I had a chance to get broke in
adapted
or whatnot.
Or whatever. Yeah.
I feel like it's probably more than that, especially seeing numbers from other M2 comps, or like you mentioned, M4s or M3s running the same type setups. And since I've done the exhaust and you know, the charge pipes and everything, I haven't had it on the dyno, but I would honestly expect to see somewhere, you know, 510, 515, somewhere around those to the wheels.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about reasonable. Usually for these, I have heard that the manuals dyno a little different than the automatics, the DCTs, but yeah, that's usually the ballpark. Say 490 to 510, anywhere in that range seems to be pretty typical for the S55s. So on the boot mode OTS stage 2 with 93, so yeah. I know, as you stated before, he has the active AutoWorks exhaust system on his car, and it does sound throaty. Now, the car doesn't sound like terribly too much louder, but it is throaty, and it's a good throaty though. So it sounds good. So Jason, what do you think about the exhaust that you put on the car?
Yeah, I'm happy with the exhaust system. I planned on purchasing the equal length resignated mid-pipe section from them, but it's on back order for months and months. They were telling me May, or probably actually more like June, before we could get that, and I was ready to pull the trigger on something for the car. So they had this new, they call it the box exhaust system for the car, so just went ahead and bought that, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, definitely. Y'all heard the exhaust clip earlier, but it sounds good inside the car too, which is also important, because sometimes people just like, oh, it sounds good outside the car, but you're the driver, you want to hear the exhaust too, so you want to make sure it sounds good to you inside the cabin. And I could definitely say that it sounds good inside the cabin. Y'all probably hearing it through the mic as we were talking, so it definitely sounds very, very good inside the cabin. Okay. Oh man, you trying to give me whiplash. Oh. Man, I forget how fast these things are tuned, because mine isn't tuned right now. I'm driving stock, as y'all don't know. Car will be sold in probably a couple days. Based on this video, when y'all see this video, car might be sold already. So, but my car is stock right now. I forgot how fast these things are tuned, man. Goodness gracious. Speaking of tuned S55s, Jason is one of the few people that I know that has spun their crank hub. So I know he's over there shaking his head. So I don't, Jason, you want to tell me how you did it?
Yeah,
and
so
kind of what happened?
I was one of the lucky / unlucky ones, I guess. If it's gonna happen, I was best case scenario. I was just coming home. I'd driven the car to work, and I was just on the way home. No issues, no heavy pulls, no nothing. I pulled into my neighborhood. I was going down a hill about 20 miles an hour, and just boom, the check engine light came on, the exhaust note changed. So I limped it home, just right up the hill, turned in the driveway. I pulled the codes, and sure enough, I knew what it was. So that was a pretty bad day. So we got in the shop. John over at CES Motorsports really helped me out. We got it in the shop over there, pulled it apart. Those guys did a really good job for me. Luckily, I was going slow enough, not on the throttle, no boost or anything. There was no valve damage, no piston damage. The valve didn't hit. The timing was way off on the intake cam. It was off pretty much on the exhaust as well, but no damage. So we're able to get I got the Insane Performance 2-pin crank hub in. They got that put in, got the engine retimed. Had it back, and I'll say she's bulletproof for now. Definitely for the numbers I'm running.
Okay, yeah, man. So the crank hub is real, man.
It's real.
It's real. And he has a manual too. So if y'all guys can't see, he has a manual. And
the car's only got 7,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
So real low miles, manual. I'm nowhere near the horsepower where they told me I really needed to worry about that at, but it can happen.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people that watch my channel, they know I did a video on skipping the crank hub. That I was skipping the crank hub for my own personal reasons, and reasons because I thought I drove the car in a certain manner. But I know once I heard about him spinning the crank hub, I think I had messaged him. I was like, man, like, how did you do it? I was expecting him to say, oh, I was out running somebody, or I was out, hooninging around, and then, blah, blah, blah. But when he said I was just going downhill 20 miles per hour when I spun it, I was like, oh, I'm nervous. I felt like detuning my car that day. I was like, man, I know I made this whole video about me not doing the crank hub and this and that, but I ain't gonna lie, it scared me. Just being perfectly honest, it scared me just a little bit. But hope, like you said, he was able to get it taken care of pretty quick. He didn't have any catastrophic engine damage or anything like that. So that's the good thing, because I've seen those horror stories of people having to get the whole engines replaced and stuff like that. So it wasn't that type of situation. So thank goodness.
Yep.
All right, everyone. So that is going to be the video. That is going to be the review of this beautiful Long Beach Blue M2 Comp sitting right there behind me. So again, shout out to Jason for letting me review his car. Y'all definitely go check out his Instagram. Go hit him, give him a follow. And that's it, man. If y'all have any questions about this car or the build or anything, please put them down in the comments below. As always, please like, subscribe. And that's it, man. Hit that notification bell. So that's it. That's the video. That's the review. And I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.